Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, kind of what I'm hearing is in theory and in practice through this is we're going to be able to supply, say, the probation officer with information on whichever clients we're involved with, basically letting him know very quickly, easily, and efficiently that this client is doing well. You don't have to worry about this client. He is doing it. He's doing a good job. He's doing what he's supposed to do. He is following probation, and it frees up that officer's time to focus on that low percentage of clients that are a real problem. I think it's the 80-20 rule of thumb. 80% of your work is from 20% of the clients or problems, and whichever industry you want to apply it to. But that's kind of what I'm hearing from a goal set standpoint for the program.
Right. And not to make it like a clinical and all science and tests and reports and stuff. I mean, there's a big human side.
Yes, of course.
And it's up to the person, and we're just building a framework for success around them to support them to manage what has got to be the hardest thing, to reprogram and retrain yourself. I can't imagine anything harder than working, because that's why you hand out 15-year pens. I'm 15 years sober. Yeah. And if I have one drink, I'm off to the races. I'm done, right? Mm-hmm. So it's one day at a time, and you build upon it. And so, you can't do it alone. It's not impossible, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. You can't white knuckle it. You can't do it alone. You need the help of other people, professionals, and everybody pushing your wagon along to get down the road to sobriety or wherever it is you want to go. And furthermore, I believe you need a higher power. Okay. I don't think that it's just there's more than just us, and what you see and what you there's a bigger there out there. We're little specks in the universe, and there's out there. And I think once you tap into that, at least in this program, I don't know how you can do it without it, but in this program, it's going to carry you a long way to success. And we're going to monitor that. And we really hope that you succeed, and we'll give you your digital certificate at the end.
Yeah, exactly. And it gives you something more than yourself to help build that success and help bridge the success. So essentially, we're not taking the human aspect out of the program. We're not taking because it is a very human thing to do. It's very difficult. It's a very emotional journey. There's a lot that goes into working towards sobriety. But what you are doing is providing a base framework, as you said, to help lay the foundation for a program that essentially we're not going to let things fall through the cracks. We're going to put together a solid foundation so that clients have the support that they need in order to find success. So on top of that foundation of systems and the rest of it, all the metrics, all the fancy technological aspects, on top of that foundation, we integrate the human side of things, and that's where like the cognitive behavioral therapy and the various forms of therapy and the daily contact and, dealing with the nitty-gritty of an issue kind of comes into play on top of all of the systematic, procedures that we have in place.
Right. And so my job of the Scott Sommer is to put it together and kind of be the quarterback or put all these people with all these great talents that we have. Yourself, Neil, we have Dave, who will come on later, the computer guru. I couldn't do it without him. We have Adam in marketing. We have Matt in the finance, CPA. We have Jeff DeSandro, who's an attorney, who's on the front line as a defending the little guy in Texas for DUIs and drug stuff. And so we've had his input. So we've had all this people in the field, on the front line, do it on a day-to-day basis. So I'm just bringing in and to organizing in a fashion. And part of our survey, we're asking you to help us build and make a better program. Because every day we're going to ask, what did we do right, and how can we make it better? Because we're going to modify it and put product improvement, process control improvement every week, every day.
Yeah.
And after 6 months and a year, you're going to help us build it into a better. We're building this rocket. It's going to fly. It's going to fly, and we're going to make it work. And after a period of time, we're not just one magnitude, or we're several magnitudes above where I think the next program is going to be, and we could set the national standard for this type of endeavor. And so our value added is actually on the digital side, and we will be making available the Scott Sommer program for other peoples to integrate into their
own program.
Well, is an add-on, because it's not a standalone. It's part of a major process, and so in the future I would like to have some sort of medical component, but I'm not a doctor. We might affiliate with, because you want to check what their blood levels were, how they changed physically, not just mentally. We assess the mental, but maybe their cholesterol went down, their diabetes went away. Something's going to happen when you do this, and we're hoping that it'll be positive. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that it will be.
I really, really hope so. No, I'm sure it will be. Everything that is involved in this process. And that is one thing that I love about this program, is it's not just focusing on getting people to stop drinking on one hand, or getting the right counseling on the other hand, or making sure that people are being tracked correctly, or making sure that it's putting all of the different pieces together without overlooking or saying anything is more important than the other. It's all important. It's all necessary. You're not going to have a successful program unless somebody is willing to do it all, and that includes the health aspect of it. People need to be physically healthy in order to help with the recovery process. They can't be drinking, they can't be using, they need to be sober to help with the recovery process. They need accountability, and I think that's what that framework helps to provide, is accountability. Nothing's going to slip through the cracks. Anything that happens within the program will be seen, it will be known about, and not to say that it's going to get every client in trouble all of the time, because we're going to sit there and work with each client through whatever the issue is. We're going to see the issue, but we're going to work with you through it, and we're going to try and come up with a solution, because that's what we're after at the end of the day, a solution. We're trying to help people. We're trying to build a program that is effective and works in the real world and helps real people. And it's a process, but it's a process we are undertaking here.
Right. And so we have, in conclusion, we have three major aspects, and we broke it down. I gave this a lot of thought. First is the Scott Sommer Sobriety program, which is the balance of the macro. Then we had to develop a thing which we call Dave 19, which is an abbreviation for distance, accountability, verification, evaluation. And it's necessary for a post-COVID environment that you can do everything remotely from Wi-Fi, because the dynamics and the things we used before, or that Neil used before, aren't in a play. So we had to adapt. And then we used that with the check-in patch, which is the actual equipment that allows to standardize the recording with the ring light in your phone. And the idea is this is probably going to once we get some more reps under our belt here in terms of process, we'll probably lend itself to an app for your phone. Yeah. And based upon that, it'll be pretty simple that everything you can do from your phone, from your home, and you could, whether you're in Costa Mesa, you're in San Diego, you're in Hawaii, or on the Tower of London, it doesn't matter. You're going to be able to administer this program and have prove to yourself and to all the responsible people that you're trying to be accountable to, that you're on track. You're doing what you say that you wanted to do, and you're doing it, and we have a record of it.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's what I love about this whole process. What was the third component of that?
It's Scott Sommer, Dave 19, and check-in patch.
And the check-in patch.
So you need equipment. You need the electronic digital program of putting it in a Dropbox where HIPAA compliance we use HIPAA compliance Zoom. We're insured, and
then the Scott Sommer Sobriety as the program itself, and as more the therapy and psychological sides of the equation.
The state of California, or the County of Orange, has generic guidelines for a treatment program. Yeah. And we try to make our attainment, the program mirror those suggested elements. So we didn't pull it out of the air.
Yeah.
We're there maybe that it's compliant. So if a judge goes for pretrial diversion or something, that we're going to attempt it to line it up with whatever the law, and it's a dynamic process. If the laws change, or the clients or the attorneys or whoever wherever we're going changes, we're going to adapt to that.
Yeah.
And then we have this process like aerospace that we have to write it all down and keep track of everything of our revisions to what our processes were. So we don't get lost. It's real easy to get lost, but as long as we take one step at a time internally and do it right and automate what we can, but keep the personality of the client in mind. And then our success is your sobriety.
Yeah.
And you have a lot of choices of where to go, but Scott Sommer, we care, right? And so we want to make it work, because I really believe that it is going to work with the team that we have.
Yeah, I'm really excited for it, to be honest. I genuinely believe this is going to work. I mean, just even talking about it, all the different components of the program and how everything fits together, it's pretty incredible. I mean, from the viewer's perspective, it may seem simple or it may seem overly complicated. I'm actually not sure. But the way that everything has come together, I don't see other programs doing it all, keeping track of everything and actually, holding clients accountable to do all what is required to find sobriety and to stay sober.
Well, we're going to stand on the shoulders of proven systems that are already in existence, and we're just bringing it up to the next generation of sobriety, of accountability, and we're not creating anything other than this coordination and keeping track of it for you. So we make your job easier and make our job easier as well.
Very cool. Any final thoughts for us, for our viewers?
Well, thank you, Ethan, for signing, agreeing to come on board as a program director.
Of course.
And I think it's going to be successful and it's going to grow. And I'm really excited this time.
Me too. And thank you for having me. And thank you guys for watching. This is Ethan Sommer and Jim Sott with Scott Summer Sobriety and the NextGen podcast here, NextGen Sobriety podcast.
Okay.
And we will see you soon.
Thank you. Scott Summer Sobriety. Maybe it's right for you, somebody you know, or you can refer us to a friend. Please call us today. Call Ethan directly for more information at...
You can reach me at 657-493-3007. You can also reach us via our website. It's going to be scottsommersobriety.com, scottsommer.com. You can reach out to us at info@scottsommersobriety.com. We are also available on all social media, or most popular social media platforms: Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and we will be coming out with a blog as well. Please stay tuned for more information about all of that.
Don't wait. Make that call today to Ethan right here.
Thank you guys so much. We look forward to hearing you.
Scott Sommer, Next Generation Sobriety.